industry. If there is one truth I have come to hold absolute, it is that true leadership, the kind that builds nations and actually endures beyond our lifetimes, is never about the balance sheet. Today, I want to talk to you about that foundation. I want to speak about how the timeless principles of resilience, ethical leadership, and navigating complexity serve as the ultimate blueprint for the modern industrialist, especially as we confront the rapidly shifting future of our energy and industrial systems. In Yoruba culture, there is a profound proverb that I believe perfectly captures the spirit of our honorary today, Alhaji Aliko Dangote. We say, tí ọwọ́ àdán kan bá yẹ̀, á fi èkejì gbá igi mú. For the benefit of those who do not understand Yoruba, I will translate that. It means if one of the bird's paws slips, it will still grab the tree branch with the other one. This proverb speaks to something much deeper than just surviving a setback. It is about an unyielding grip on your vision. It is about resilience in the face of profound complexities. For those of us in the private sector, it is so easy to become consumed by the metrics of scale, capacity, output, margin, and market share. But building something that lasts requires the agility to adjust your grip when the winds blow hard, without ever letting go of the branch. When we look at the trajectory of the Dangote Group, we see the living embodiment of this proverb. From a young man in 1977, securing a loan from his uncle to build a trading business, to the visionary who boldly pivoted towards manufacturing and industrialization, Alhaji Aliko Dangote has shown us that true value is created through a steadfast, resilient commitment. He didn't merely seek to profit from the market. He sought to build the market itself. That transition from trading to manufacturing was a deliberate decision rooted in national development, a decision to build our capacity rather than just consume it. When one approach slipped, he grabbed hold of the other and always climbing higher. This kind of resilience is exactly what we need as we look at the immense challenges facing emerging economies today. We are at a critical juncture where energy infrastructure, investment flows, and industrial policy must align perfectly. In sub-Saharan Africa, we are constantly navigating a delicate tightrope, balancing severe financial constraints and energy deficits against our massive industrial ambitions. We cannot industrialize in the dark, and we cannot build the infrastructure we need without strategic capital. I'm therefore very happy that Dr. Orama is here today to promise us more capital injection into the African continent. This is where the role of multilateral institutions, foreign direct investments, and robust public-private partnership become absolutely paramount. We must create policies that don't just attract capital, but direct it towards scaling both our energy system and our industrial capacity simultaneously. Aliko Dangote's massive investment in cement, in fertilizer, and now in refining are a masterclass in how private capital can step up to bridge these critical infrastructure gaps when the vision is bold enough. To understand the magnitude of this achievement, we must look at how the world around us is changing. For decades, the global energy sector operated on a template of deep, unquestioned globalization. The organizing principle was simple: source from the cheapest producer, pool reserves globally, and rely on just-in-time delivery. We built integrated markets where crude moved seamlessly through deep water choke points and natural gas flowed transcontinentally through massive pipelines. But that era of unchecked globalization has ruptured. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the sheer fragility of our hyper-extended supply chains. Then the geopolitical shocks of the 2020s, most notably Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine, which the International Energy called the first truly global energy crisis, weaponized those very dependencies. We watched as Europe, which had relied on Russia for roughly 45% of its natural gas, scrambled to keep the lights on. Add to this the escalating technological decoupling between the United States and China, and the disruptions in the Middle East, and the message is clear. The old models are being torn down. Nations are now aggressively rethinking globalization in favor of resilience. This shift is being driven by three defining concepts. First is friendshoring, coined in 2022 by the US Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen. Friendshoring is the practice of redesigning supply chains to prioritize trusted allies who share strategic interests, rather than relying on single, potentially adversarial suppliers. It is a deliberate move away from pure cost efficiency towards supply security. Second is the expansion of strategic reserves. These are massive government-held stockpiles of crude oil, refined products, or critical minerals designed to absorb supply shocks. And the third is the pursuit of energy independence, which today rarely means total isolation, but rather a sharp reduction in the external vulnerabilities through domestic production, diversification, and rapid deployment of clean energy technologies. We are seeing regions and nations execute these strategies with unprecedented speed and capital. In the European Union, the Add Power EU plan was launched to systematically phase out Russian fossil fuel by 2027. By early 2026, the EU had formally adopted regulations to halt Russian pipeline and LNG import, replacing that dependency with accelerated renewables and diversified LNG content. In the United States, the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 unleashed hundreds of billions of dollars in tax credits explicitly tied to domestic manufacturing. It is the ultimate friend-shoring policy, pulling the production of batteries, solar power, and EVs back onto American soil or into allied nations. Even China has adopted a twin-track resilience strategy, reinforcing domestic coal as the absolute baseline of its energy security, while simultaneously dominating the global processing of critical minerals required for the energy transition. As the world fragments into these resilient blocks, Sub-Saharan Africa, and Nigeria in particular, faces a profound risk. This tension is most visible in the widening philosophical and strategic gulf between the OPEC countries and the International Energy Agency. OPEC, representing the producers, continues to focus robust long-term demand for oil, defending prices through coordinated voluntary production cuts that extended deep into 2024 and 2025. The IEA, representing the major consumers, forecasts that oil demand will peak before 2030 and uses its platform to aggressively push for a rapid transition away from fossil fuel. For a country like Nigeria, caught in the middle of this fragmentation, the risks are existential. If we align solely with IEA's rapid transition timeline, without securing transition finance, we risk squandering our assets, our 37 billion barrels of oil and over 200 trillion cubic feet of gas, while our people remain in energy poverty. OECD countries and multilateral banks are already restricting financing for new oil and gas projects in Africa. Conversely, if we rely entirely on OPEC's protective quotas, but fail to actually meet them, we suffer massive revenue losses. In 2025 alone, Nigeria underperformed its OPEC quota in 9 out of 12 months due to structural constraints, vandalism, and underinvestment, forfeiting over $1 billion in potential revenue. Furthermore, as the US and Europe build their friend-shored supply chains for critical minerals and clean tech, Africa risks being locked out of the new industrial economy entirely unless we organize collectively. This is why we must champion cooperation over fragmentation. We must leverage our position within OPEC to stabilize our revenue while simultaneously engaging the IEA and the Global North to secure the technology and capital required for a just energy transition. We cannot afford to be passive observers as the global energy map is being redrawn. To survive this era of decoupling, we must be clear-eyed about the realities of the modern world. The global oil market is becoming increasingly competitive and unpredictable. We are moving towards an era where it is the low-cost, low-emission producers who will inevitably dominate the market of the future. In this context, achieving a clean, cost-competitive petroleum industry is not just an environmental imperative, it is an economic necessity. Nigeria must pursue a dual strategy. We must aggressively diversify our revenue base to become less dependent on crude oil exports, whilst simultaneously maximizing the opportunities within the changing petroleum market by adding value here at home. This brings us back to the sheer genius of Aliko Dangote's vision. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery is not just a facility, it is Africa's boldest answer to the demand for energy resilience. By building a 650,000 barrels per day refinery on our own shores, he has given Nigeria the ultimate tool for energy independence. It allows us to refine our own products, capture the value chain, insulate our economy from global supply shocks, and do so with modern, efficient engineering that aligns with the demands of the future. It is the very definition of grabbing the branch with both hands. So, how do we as leaders in the private sector build this kind of lasting legacy? It begins with a conscious decision. Legacy is simply the sum of our daily choices. The choice to act with integrity, to demand excellence in our engineering standards, to build resilient supply chains, and to serve our community. It extends far beyond the boardroom and into our commitment to humanity. Aliko Dangote has exemplified this through his philanthropy. The Aliko Dangote Foundation, endowed with $1.25 billion, stands as the largest private foundation in sub-Saharan Africa. His recent commitment of 1 trillion naira to strengthen Nigeria's education sector over the next decade is a staggering, beautiful investment in our collective future. He has pledged a significant portion of his wealth not to monuments of vanity, but to the eradication of disease, the nourishment of the vulnerable, and the education of our youth. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the mandate is clear. It begins with the resilience to navigate complexity. This resilience in action becomes true leadership, one that empowers, innovates, and inspires. And this leadership practice over a lifetime builds a lasting legacy of positive impact. As we celebrate Alhaji Aliko Dangote today, a man who has engineered not only the largest industrial facilities on this continent, but also a legacy of profound generosity and national pride. I ask each of you in this audience to consider, what will your legacy be? Will it be measured merely in the wealth you accumulated, or in the resilience you demonstrated, in the deals you closed, or in the system you secured, and the communities you uplifted? Let us live here today resolved to be resilient in our boardrooms, our farms, and our nation. Let us prove through our commitment to good governance, ethical leadership, and industrial vision that no matter how complex the challenge, we will not let go of the branch. Congratulations, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, on this incredibly well-deserved fellowship. Thank you for your brilliance, commitment, and resilience. You are a source of great pride to your family, to your colleagues, to your friends, this nation, and the entire continent. And I'm personally honored to know you as a brother and as a friend. Congratulations.
I think you can keep the applause going, please, till he gets to his seat. Thank you so very much. Thank you. The title of the lecture again was Resilience, Decoupling, and the Future of Energy Industrial Systems. And it was very, very well received. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency here present, I have been informed that we do have to manage time judiciously. So I will not be talking about EPC, how the Dangote refinery made them their own EPC. I will not mention, of course, that they had to set up their own engineering, they had their own procurement, as well as their own construction. As you can imagine, I will not even tell you that for a project of this magnitude, how do you get people, how do you get organizations to be able to support what they are putting on ground? And because of that, they had to do it themselves. Moving on very swiftly, I would like to now go on to a goodwill message by our host governor. When you speak of vision, scale, and the relentless drive to build a city that never slows down, your thoughts will definitely come to Lagos. And at the center of that motion is leadership. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our host governor, Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, ably represented by the Special Advisor Works, Dr. Adekunle Olayinka. Please continue the applause for Mr. Governor.
Thank you very much. Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to be here this morning to be representing Mr. Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, Mr. Infrastructure, Mr. Ease of Doing Business, and Mr. Business Friendly. He is unable to be here today because of state matters and, of course, security, of which the Honorary today is also a major contributor and participant. Alhaji, we thank you very much. The President, Chief Executive, Dangote Industries Limited, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, GCON, the honorary of today, the former executive governor of Ekiti State and former minister Otumba Adebayo Adeniyi, Professor Benedict O. Orama, GCON, Chairman, Board of Director of the Fund of the Export Development for Africa and the African Medical Center of Excellence, Dr. Mutiu Sumonu, CON, Chairman, the SIT Center for Leadership Excellence, Engineer Professor Ramon A. Bello, FNSE, the Chairman, the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, Alhaji Abdulsamad Rabiu, Boa Industries, heads of government agencies and parastatals here present, captains of industries, fellow engineers, distinguished members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I have a very short goodwill message prepared by Mr. Governor that I would have read if he were here, so I'll just quickly rush through them. Lagos has seen many things in its long history as the commercial soul of Nigeria, but few sites are staring as the spectacle of a Nigerian building. At continental scale, what others said could not be built, it is in that spirit that I, on behalf of the government of the people of Lagos State, extend our warmest congratulations to this most fitting honor, the induction of Alhaji Aliko Dangote, GCON, as an honorary fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering. I'm honored, thank you. I'm honored to associate the Lagos State government with an occasion that speaks so powerfully to the promise of African enterprise and the enduring contribution of one of our continent's most remarkable sons. I congratulate the Nigerian Academy of Engineering on this inspired choice. The Academy, since its establishment in 1997, has served as the apex professional body and foremost think tank for engineering and technological advancement in our nation. It has been a platform for some of Nigeria's finest minds, engineers, scientists, and innovators who have dedicated themselves to the service of national development. By admitting Alhaji Aliko Dangote into this distinguished fellowship, the Academy reaffirms a vital truth that engineering excellence is not measured by professional credentials alone, but equally by the scale of industry impact one leaves upon the landscape of a nation and a continent. This is a bold and commendable statement, and I applaud the President and Council of the Nigeria Assembly of Engineering for making it. To the inductee himself, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, GCON, I offer the heartiest congratulations of the government and people of Lagos State. Alhaji Aliko Dangote's history or story is in many respects the story of Nigeria's industrial aspiration, from the foundational years of its entrepreneurial journey to the construction of what is today one of Africa's largest petroleum refineries. He has consistently demonstrated that African ingenuity, discipline, and vision can compete at the highest levels of global industry. His cement manufacturing operations, spanning multiple African nations, have not only changed the built environment of our continent, but have deployed advanced engineering on a scale that few have dared to contemplate. His investments has generated hundreds of thousands of direct and indirect jobs, supported critical supply chains, and catalyzed the growth of ancillary industries from Kano to Kampala. The Dangote refinery, situated in Lagos, is particularly close to our hearts as Lagosians. It stands as one of the most complex engineering undertakings ever executed on African soil, a monument to what is possible when ambition is matched by execution. For a state that has long borne the burden of Nigeria's economic activity, it's a source of immense pride that this transformative asset calls Lagos home. When in Lagos State government we in Lagos State government have watched with admiration as this facility moves steadily towards its full operational potential, and we remain firmly committed to supporting the enabling environment that will allow it and the many enterprises that feed into it to thrive. It is therefore not only appropriate, but necessary that the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, in recognizing the advancement of engineering and technology in our nation, pauses to honor the man whose industrial footprint has done more than perhaps any other private citizen to shape Nigeria's engineering landscape. Aliko Dangote's induction as honorary fellow is a statement about the kind of nation building we celebrate, the kind of enterprise we wish to encourage, and the standard of impact we expect from those who will lead Nigeria's economic future. From a Lagos State government perspective, we view Aliko Dangote's contribution through a particularly personal lens. Lagos is Nigeria's commercial nerve center, the gateway through which the nation's economic life flows. The enterprises that Aliko Dangote has championed have been deeply interwoven with the fortunes of the state, employing our people, utilizing our ports, and transforming our industrial landscape. We are grateful for his continued investment in Lagos and remain his partners in the broader project of building a prosperous and industrialized Nigeria. As I conclude, I wish to restate this administration's commitment to fostering an environment in Lagos State that attracts, supports, and celebrates industrial leadership of the highest order. We believe that when visionaries like Aliko Dangote are honored, it sends a message to an entire generation of young Nigerians that ambition, hard work, and the courageous pursuit of large-scale enterprise are qualities that this nation values and rewards. Once again, I congratulate the Nigerian Academy of Engineering on this landmark induction, and I offer my warmest felicitation to Aliko Dangote, GCON, on this well-deserved honor. This recognition serves as both a celebration of a life well lived in service of industry and nation, and a spur to even greater achievements in the years ahead. I thank you very much. Addressed by Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State, who of course I'm honored to represent him. I'm Dr. Adekunle Olayenka, FNSC. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause for Mr. Governor, ably represented. I did mention that we will definitely try to manage time. I've been told that we have to do this very swiftly. I had a discussion with Engineer Maduka when I said to him that I am the master of the ceremony. So he said to me, what would happen during induction? I said, well, I will simply step aside. I will not be ceding power. I will just be giving temporary power to the Honorary Secretary, Engineer Mrs. Christy Adilowo, to please step forward and conduct the induction.
Thank you very much. Our very efficient MC. Do you have the setup ready? Yes. The chairman of today's event and president of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, His Excellency, please permit me to stand on existing protocol. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to a truly special moment, which is what brought us all here today, the induction ceremony. As stated by the President in his welcome address, In accordance with the bylaws of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, persons not being registered engineers who, in the opinion of the Council, have or are making distinguished contributions to the practice of engineering shall be eligible for election as honorary fellows. The Council of the Academy has deemed it fit to recognize Aliko Dangote's unwavering commitment to technological advancement and his unparalleled contributions to engineering and industrial development and economic transformation in Africa. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you will agree that Alhaji Aliko Dangote is most deserving to be inducted as the 6th Honorary Fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering. So to admit Aliko Dangote, please invite the President of the Academy to please come up, sir. He'll be assisted by the Vice President, Professor Dambata, and the Technical Secretary, Dr. Fumi Koka. Please come up. We need assistance in that place. Thank you, sir. Reading the citation of the distinguished inductee is our distinguished fellow of the Academy, who is a seasoned professional with over 45 years of experience in the oil and gas industry, including senior roles at NNPC and Nigeria LNG. He has served as Managing Director of the Port Harcourt Refining Company, Group Executive Director at NNPC, and President to the African Refiners and Distributors Association, and currently provides strategic leadership through his consulting engagement. The citation reader today is the current chairman of the Academy's Oil and Gas Committee. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Engineer Anthony Oguigwe. Please, thank you, sir. It is also my singular honor and privilege to invite to the stage for his induction Alhaji Aliko Dangote. Please come up, sir. I will also be inviting Ms. Maria Aliko Dangote and Ms. Fatima Aliko Dangote, but they will come up after the reading of the citation to support their distinguished father. Thank you. Oh, okay, no problem. Sorry.
The President of the Academy of Engineering, distinguished inductee, Alhaji Aliko Dangote. Let me stand on existing protocols. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Aliko Dangote, GCON, is the founder and president and chief executive of Dangote Industries Limited, one of Africa's largest industrial conglomerates. Over the course of his career, he has distinguished himself as a visionary industrialist whose investments in engineering industries have transformed Africa's manufacturing landscape, reduced import dependence, and strengthened regional capacity. A graduate of Al-Azhar University in Cairo, Egypt, Dangote began his career in 1978 as a commodities trader in rice, sugar, and cement. Recognizing the urgent need for Africa to move from import reliance to domestic industrial production, he established Dangote Cement PLC, now the continent's largest cement producer, with an annual capacity of 55 million tons. That calls for an applause. Through the deployment of large-scale civil, mechanical, and process engineering systems, including advanced kiln technology, energy optimization processes, and integrated logistics infrastructure, Dangote Cement has significantly expanded access to locally produced cement and accelerated infrastructure development across Africa. His most remarkable engineering achievement is the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals, commissioned in 2023 as the largest single-train refinery in the world, with an initial capacity of 650 barrels per day. The project represents a milestone in petroleum and chemical engineering on the African continent. It is particularly a pride for me today to read the citation of Alhaji Dangote. In 2013, when I was the president of the African Refiners and Distributors Association, the Western specialists boasted and said, that refinery will never be built. And I told them that the train has left the station and that it will be built. Just last week in Cape Town, we celebrated the 20th anniversary of the association. And the same Western specialists were now talking about the elephant in the room, Dangote Refinery. Designed with advanced refining technologies, petrochemical integration, and large-scale storage and distribution systems, the refinery has strengthened Nigeria's energy security, reduced dependence on imported petroleum products, and created a foundation for downstream industrial growth. In further advancing industrial self-sufficiency, Dangote established the Dangote Fertilizer Limited, one of the largest fertilizer plants in the world, with an initial production capacity of 3 million tons of urea annually, and expansion plans to 12 million tons. This facility employs advanced chemical engineering processes, including ammonia synthesis, gas processing, and plant automation, thereby supporting agricultural productivity, food security, and economic sustainability. Beyond infrastructure development, Dangote's industrial ventures have created significant opportunities for engineering professionals. Notably, the refinery alone employs over 2,000 engineers, with almost 800 more engaged at the fertilizer plant, excluding those employed by contractors, vendors, and consultants. Dangote Cement is today home to over 1,850 engineers. Dangote Sugar Refinery employs more than 220 engineers, while NASCON Allied Industries has 53 engineers contributing to its operations. But beyond these numbers lies a more compelling story. The Dangote Group has evolved into a formidable training ground for engineering talent in Nigeria, consistently nurturing professionals who are not only industrially ready, but globally competitive. Across continents, many of these engineers are now serving as expatriates, a clear testament to the depth of expertise, discipline, and hands-on experience they acquired within the system. This is the legacy Dangote is building. Not just industries, but people. Not just capacity, but capability that the world recognizes and seeks out. This underscores his role in advancing engineering capacity development and contributing to the growth of indigenous engineering expertise in Africa. Dangote also supports engineering education and capacity through the Aliko Dangote Foundation, funding universities, scholarships, and research, including major contributions to Aliko Dangote University of Science and Technology. These efforts strengthen the pipeline of engineers and technical professionals needed to sustain industrial growth. Through strategic vision, technological innovation, large-scale industrial projects, and unwavering commitment to technological advancement, Dangote has made outstanding contributions to engineering and industrial development and economic transformation in Africa. These achievements make Aliko Dangote, GCON, eminently deserving of recognition and induction as a distinguished honorary fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering. Mr. President, it is my singular honor and privilege to present Aliko Dangote, GCON, for induction as honorary fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering. Congratulations, sir.
Okay.
Is his wife not going to?
Can I have the daughters,
Please come up.
join Alhaji and Al-Hassan Dantata? Please join them as well. Miss Maria Aliko Dangote and Miss Fatima Aliko Dangote.
Abdul Dantata, please join him. He requests. Yep. You're welcome, Abdul. Please. Abdul, you should come this way. Yeah, all right.
Technical, can we please, just for this moment, shut down the graphics behind so we will be able to get better pictures? Please shut down the graphics behind. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I, Aliko Dangote, solemnly pledge to freely render such services as I am able for the promotion and advancement of engineering and to serve the Academy in accordance with its code of conduct, statutes, and by laws. Thank you.
I don't know about you, but where I come from, that certainly deserves a rounding ovation, and you may stand if you wish, please. This is a man who has done so much for Nigeria and indeed the continent of Africa, and I believe he deserves all the accolades that he'll be receiving today. Thank you so very much. Nigeria and indeed Africa will be feeling his impact.
By the powers confirmed, Alhaji, we are not done yet, sir. Just 1 minute, yes, sir. By the powers conferred on me as the president of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, I admit you as an honorary fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering. Congratulations.
He will now be signing the register, and I please request that you may be seated. So, once he signs the register, it is official. And we will be having an order of photography. We'll be having, to start with, his daughters will be there with him, as well as Al-Hassan Dantata, where we would also have fellows, EXCO members, and will be directing as we go. It's now time for the photo session. If it were possible, we could please, technical. Can we have one on either side? Can we please put off the screen? It would really help us capture very good pictures. Technical, I beg of you. Technical, I beg of you, just for this time. Please. Thank you very much. And there you have it. The certificate is being presented to Alhaji Aliko Dangote. After this set of pictures, I would kindly request that Alhaji please wait behind, as well as the daughters, and of course, our own husband here, Al-Hassan Dantata. You please wait with Alhaji while we then continue the photo session after we are done with the EXCO members of... we'll start with the past presidents. The past presidents of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, please join us. Thank you. Past presidents. So there we have the past presidents. I request that the daughters please remain on stage throughout the session. I call on council members to please get ready. They'll be going up after this. Council members, to save time, could we please just stay by the stage, and they'll be going up after the past presidents. Council members, please, thank you. Thank you very much. We will now go on. Okay. Please wait, sir. We would be taking them one at a time, if you please. So past presidents currently, and then we'll be going on to council members. We're just trying to manage the time we have left. So thank you very much. We'll now go on to the council members. Council members. After the council members, the only honorary fellow here with us will have the opportunity of joining them for his own special picture. After the honorary fellow, we'll be going on to our guests in the house, the governor, our guest lecturer, special guest of honor, all in front, including our chairman, BUA, Abdul Samad Rabiu. Alhaji, I welcome you, sir. We're going on for pictures shortly. May I call on our honorary fellow to please step forward so that we manage time. Thank you very much. We're just trying to ensure that we do this very, very swiftly. Honorary Fellow, are you done, sir? May I now request, that we have Mr. Governor, our guest lecturer, special guest of honor, to please step forward because you'll be taking pictures after this. Thank you very much. So we have in waiting Mr. Governor, our special guest, our guest lecturer. They'll be going on after this. Thank you, sir. That's it for now. Yes. I'd like to also invite Alhaji Abu Samad, Governor Niyi Adebayo. Sirs, please join us. We see you. Although Egbon likes to hide, I see you, sir. Thank you very much. We do appreciate the support. We thank you. All right. After this, I would like to invite the board and management of Dangote Industries. Please step forward just to manage time. Once they are off the stage, we want to go ahead and take pictures. I am told that we are running way behind and we would not like to fail at this attempt. Please go right up, the board and management. 30 seconds, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. And after the board and management of Dangote Industries Limited, may I respectfully request that the Dangote and Dantata families please come forward because they'll be taking pictures after this. The Dangote and Dantata families, please. If you could please just come forward so you go up stage once they finish. Thank you very much. We are trying to manage time. The families, Dangote and Dantata families here present, you definitely have all cause to be proud and grateful. May I quickly request that all fellows in the house, please step forward, sirs. All fellows in the house, requests, please. We will be leaving after this, yes. Okay, I understand that. Yes. Can we do this very quickly, please? All fellows in the house, and that will be it. That will be it after the fellows. The fellows are here. We want to make it very brief. Just one, and that will be all. Just one picture with the fellows, please. All fellows, please join now because we are about to come to a close. Thank you. Thank you very much. I know that we are indeed rushing you, but this is one picture for the archives. Thank you very much. Media, please clear the way so they can get up very fast. So I apologize. We just want to take one quick one because we have to leave now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, we still have an address to listen to from Alhaji. We crave your indulgence. We are managing time. It is now time for us to go on to that very important aspect as Alhaji Aliko Dangote goes. We will no longer be taking pictures at this time. Alhaji Aliko Dangote, the 6th Honorary Fellow, will now take center stage as he delivers his speech. Alhaji, I'm sorry, sir.
Thank you very much. His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, ably represented by Special Advisor of the Governor on Works, Dr. Adekunle Olayinka, my dear brother and special guest of honor, Professor Benedict Orama, GCON, the guest speaker, and also my Egbon, my own brother, Dr. Mutiu Sumonu, CON, the president of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, Engineer Professor Rahman Adisa Bello, the vice president of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, Engineer Professor Umar G. Dambata, Engineer Saidu Mohammed, Authority Chief Executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Alhaji, my brother Alhaji Abdusamad Rabiu, the two vice presidents of Dangote Group, who are my strong pillars.
Distinguished guests, please give Alhaji his moment. This is the time for you to please give him just 2 minutes. I beg of you.
Mr. Kule,
thank you.
Mr. Olakule Alake and Mr. DVG Edwin and the directors of Dangote Group of companies that are all here, management and staff of Dangote Group. Of course, my two sweet daughters that are here, my in-law, who is also my son, Al-Hassan, my very close friends. You know, what gives me a lot of energy and the reason why I've been celebrated today is actually to do with my very good personal friends, and they're always very supportive, and I can see them all over here. I mean, because of time, today is Friday, I won't be able to call them by, by their names. Distinguished fellows of the Academy, esteemed engineers, invited guests, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm truly humbled to be honored with a fellowship of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, a highly respected institution dedicated to the advancement of science, engineering, and technology as critical drivers of national development and global competitiveness. I accept this honor, this honorary fellowship with deep appreciation, mindful that the Dangote Group, the nation's foremost manufacturing conglomerate, has been built on the foundation of engineering excellence and technological innovation across all its business units. Engineering is more than a profession. It is a language of progress. Every bridge that connects a community, every megawatt that lights a home, and every drop of fuel that powers our economy began as a calculation on engineer's desk. In my journey of building businesses across this continent, I have come to a singular, unshakable conclusion. No nation can industrialize without the ingenuity of engineers. You are the silent architects of our national development. To tell you how important engineering is, it is the same engineering that we use out of the box to build 50% more capacity than any refinery that has been built in this world. At Dangote, we are not only participants in industrialization, we are actively shaping it. Across Nigeria and the African continent, we are engaged in the construction, operations, and maintenance of some of the largest industrial facilities ever undertaken. Our vision has always been clear: to make Nigeria, and by extension, African, self-sufficient in products that we were once heavily imported. And also to demonstrate that this ambition is both practical and achievable at scale. Delivering on this vision has required the expertise of thousands of engineers. Through this journey, we have come to fully appreciate the central role of engineering in driving economic transformation and sustainable industrial growth. Today, we are proud to be Nigeria's largest employer of engineering and technology graduates. Our engineers are central to our operations, making up to over 15% of our workforce across Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals, Dangote Fertilizer, and all the other Dangote businesses. Recognizing the need to bridge the gap between academic knowledge and industrial application, we established the Dangote Academy, where young engineers graduate, undergo rigorous hands-on training before being integrated into our workforce. In addition, we have invested a global exposure for our talent. Hundreds of young engineers have been trained in Europe, America, and Asia, gaining practical experience in petroleum refining, fertilizer production, and the use of advanced technologies in large-scale complexes. As we speak today, most of our own engineers that we have operating this refinery, these complex industries, were all students from our domestic universities. And they are so good, that is why Qatar were looking for people. They came at once and took 17 of them because they passed all the other nationalities, and that's why they gave them employment. And we couldn't afford the money they offered them. So today, many of these professionals are not just participants, but they are leaders within our operations, helping to run and sustain these critical national assets. We have continued to strengthen the practice of engineering in Nigeria by providing viable opportunities for professionals in the fields to contribute their quota towards building a developed and productive economy. A country's true power is a function of the quality of its education, the rigor of its scientific system, and the ability of its engineers to design technologies that rival those of the greatest nations. Case in point is China. It has world's largest engineering education system with over 6.7 million engineering students enrolled at any time in their tertiary system. As of 2025, which is last year, it had 17.5 million engineers and produces 3 million engineers annually. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a clear indication of a serious and focused nation. And that's why China is unbeatable. I thank the leadership of the Academy for this distinguished honor. I recognize and commend its role as a national think tank for engineering and technology. The Academy's logo, featuring the Sigma and entwined episodes, reflects the complexity of a modern business and politics, where solutions are often not fully established but manage to yield the expected results. Today, we are witnessing the impact of artificial intelligence in virtually all spheres of life. It is gradually replacing human capability and hard-thinking characteristics of real human beings. It is possible that AI will soon phase out engineering designs usually undertaken by human engineers. I call on engineers to step in and lend their voice on the ramification of AI to their profession, on how it is being taught and practiced. Therefore, I do not accept this honor for myself alone. I accept it on behalf of the thousands of engineers, technicians in grease-stained overalls, and tireless students in our university's lab, and who refuse to believe that Nigeria's challenges are insurmountable. You are the reason we continue to invest in Nigeria. In this vein, I wish to acknowledge the achievements of members of the Academy, especially late Professor Ayodele Awojobi, Mechanical Engineering Department, University of Lagos, an accomplished engineer, an inventor, a scholarly genius, and a pioneer student, graduate of Nigerian College of Arts, Science, and Technology, University of London, Zaria, now Ahmadu Bello University. Late Awojobi earned the degree of Doctor of Science, DSc, Imperial College, University of London in 1974, at below the age of 40. Our dear country needs more of his type. To the Academy, I offer more than my gratitude. I offer my unwavering commitment in the following areas: mentorship and talent development. We will expand our graduate engineering programs. In particular, with this Academy, in partnership with this Academy, we must ensure that as a Nigerian talent seek opportunities abroad, the pipeline remains rich with up and coming equally suitable replacements. Strategic research and innovation. Through the Aliko Dangote Foundation, we will collaborate with the Academy to fund applied research in energy, materials science, and resilient infrastructure, solving the specific bottlenecks of the Nigerian environment. At Dangote, we have two training initiatives: an industrial maintenance technician program and a graduate engineering program. In the last 5 years, both programs have actually produced more than 400 graduates, but we recognize that we must do more. It's not enough, especially as our group continues to expand across the continent. We will be instituting a program for all our international vendors, wherein they will work with our Academy to train additional young and talented Nigerians in their areas of expertise. This will cover the following engineering areas: civil and infrastructure, mechanical, electric and power, industrial and manufacturing, chemical and process engineering, technology sovereignty. We will remain the fiercest advocates for local content, which is very key. True economic independence is impossible without technical sovereignty. We must fabricate, design, and build what we consume or what we use. Distinguished fellows, our task is urgent. We must build the power grids. This power is important. We must build it. I keep repeating, we must build it. The industries and the Africa we deserve. We cannot do it without your precision, your ethnics, and your vision. I want to thank the Nigerian Academy of Engineering for this prestigious induction. I pledge to remain a student of your discipline, a champion of your cause, and a humble servant of this noble profession. Together, let us engineer a Nigeria that works, not just for some, but for everyone. Thank you. God bless Nigerian Academy of Engineering. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please give Alhaji Aliko Dangote a thunderous round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. I would also like to quickly invite to give the vote of thanks the Vice President, Engineer Professor Umar G. Dambata. Today we have not just celebrated excellence, we have all witnessed it. Thank you. And now Alhaji will now be seated amongst the fellows as the sixth honorary fellow. He has changed position from there. He has now been asked to sit amongst the fellows. Thank you.
It's loud enough. Okay, it is.
A quick vote of thanks, and that will be it.
Right. The Master of Ceremony has allocated 1 minute to me to give the vote of thanks. So I need to be quick about it. Let me start by expressing gratitude to the Almighty God for making this event a reality. Let me also express profound gratitude to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, ably represented here by his Special Advisor on Works. The special guest of honor, thank you, for honoring our invitation and standing here to educate us on an important area that you delivered your speech on. Of course, the guest lecturer, who were not expecting anything less. The lecture was insightful, educative, and we all benefited from your speech during that presentation. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Thank you. The list is long. I'll just go through quickly. The president of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, thank you very much. First presidents, including our members of the Board of Trustees who are here. The chairman, is with us. The members are also here. First presidents of the Academy, including the immediate past president. The celebrant, who incidentally is the chancellor of the Aliko Dangote University of Science and Technology, goodwill, where I was acting vice chancellor at different times. And so he's my boss in that capacity. The celebrant members of his family who came to witness this occasion, thank you very much for providing that important moral support to our new honorary fellow of the Academy. His associates, especially Alhaji Abdusamad Isel Karabiu, who is well known to me. Maybe he doesn't know me, but I know him very well. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation to honor this occasion. Our fellows, both those who attended physically as well as those who participated, or are participating virtually, we thank you very much for, as usual, giving us all the support, in order to have a successful occasion, today. Thank you very much, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so very much. It is now time to take the national anthem as we come to a close, after which we would, of course, have the recession. Thank you. Thank you very much, distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, engineers in the house. It's been my greatest honor and pleasure to have been the master of ceremony for today. My name again is Akin Shemowo, Compare Beyond Compare. I thank you very much. It's homecoming for me after training as a civil engineer, and it's now time to say good night. Thank you very much. We will now have the recession.